Isn't it fascinating that innovative thinking can take us places and allow us to explore our own selves? I feel so happy when I look around me and find myself surrounded by such passionate women who follow their heart and do not hesitate in taking any kind of risk to make their dream a living reality. And I'm always looking for such stories. This week, I sat down with a musical soul, Izzy Abidi, founder and creative director of Freshly Ground Sounds. Let's hear her story and know how she's contributing to the creative footprint of this city.
Well, it's an accidental story actually, more because I was just following stuff that I missed and stuff that I loved. I grew up in the UAE and I moved back and forth a lot, and most recently when I moved back 3 years ago, there was something I missed that I was very much in tune with in London, kind of the bookstore, the coffee shop culture, and Freshly Ground Sounds started because I was trying to recreate something that I missed, but in a Dubai-based story, I guess.
I love the name, Freshly Ground Sounds.
Yeah.
It's all about coffee and music.
Those are the things that I love, so why not? And it rolls off the tongue well.
So, what is it exactly all about?
So, Freshly Ground Sounds is essentially a community that's fueled by music, but it fuels music lovers, local musicians, and also local venues and local creatives. So, the fuel of it is music, and it's run through live music events and community-based kind of discussions. And it brings together all these creative minds in one space about once a month. And through that, all these kind of invisible connections happen, and great things happen in the city and have been happening. So it's had a really nice effect on the entire city.
And what I like about your story is actually you just literally followed what you loved. You were curious about it and you just followed what you loved, and that has become so big now. It's taken a shape that is so amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I never set out to start this movement or community that has now been kind of amazingly recognized by all these publications and this and that. That was never kind of a vision. It was more, I miss having a musician playing in the corner of a cafe that's a local musician whilst I'm working. I just missed that. So I just approached cafe by cafe by cafe, and everyone said no. And then this amazing couple at that run the Roseleaf Cafe at the Dubai Garden Centre, they just said, yeah, let's try it. I invited like 10 of my friends, and then the next week they invited me again. And 20 people showed up, and then 30, and it just kind of happened so naturally. I can't even pinpoint when it became me playing to Freshly Ground Sound.
So how many people do you have? How many musicians do you have right now part of this?
So as of last week, we got up to 302.
Best thing about it is that you have obviously multicultural, multinational people in the
So
group.
good,
And
so good, you know.
That's the essence of the city.
Yeah, and the great thing is, like, we've got Emirati musicians,
Yes.
and that's so nice to see as well.
So moving forward, what are your plans and how can people become a part of something like this?
Well, any person that's remotely creative can be a part of Freshly Ground Sounds. I think that's kind of...
Not just in terms of music.
Not just in terms of music. I think that's kind of the beauty of it. So since Freshly Ground Sounds started and the team grew, we've got videographers, photographers, illustrators, graphic designers, writers, because there's so much that's involved in running the show. It's not just about music, set decoration, you know, venue curation. So anyone who's remotely got kind of a creative strand, there's something for them, whether it's to come to one of the shows and be inspired, or whether it's to join the team on a part-time or volunteer basis. I mean, we're all volunteers. There's 7 of us mainly, and we all have full-time jobs.
So how can one get in touch with you, whether they want musicians to play at their venue or they want to be a part of this?
Well, our social media platforms have seemed to gain a huge traction and following and fan base. So a lot of inquiries come through there.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram especially. And then we've got our website. We've all got email addresses. It's very easy to get in touch with us. Very easy, yeah.
So, lawyer by the day,
Yeah, bizarrely.
and musician, and kind of entrepreneur by the evening. How do you all, how do you manage all of it?
I think it balances itself out because Freshly Ground Sounds doesn't feel like a job or a chore. It's fun for me, so it's my way to kind of unwind, and that's, yeah, it doesn't feel like a chore, and I guess that's why I can balance the two.
Last but not the least, all the best to you. I think you're doing an amazing job, and I really want to know what keeps you positive and happy all the time.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very lucky to just have the best family and friends, so supportive. And we all just look out for each other, especially the high school friends that I grew up with here. We've all kind of moved back. And we're a family as well, and we all kind of support each other, motivate each other, and a lot of us are doing kind of our own thing or running our own businesses. So, yeah, I'm very happy to have a supportive network of people around me.
Thank you, Izzy, for coming on the show, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to have your comments on my comment box. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to live a very positive and happy life.
Na 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 na.